Hey there, friends! Things are heating up behind the scenes with the Atlanta Falcons. Coach Raheem Morris and General Manager Terry Fontenot are hard at work, keeping an eye on the market and figuring out how to shape the team for next season. But with a tight budget, making decisions about adding new players is a real challenge. What do you think? Should Fontenot and Morris stick around, or is it time for the Falcons to move on? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button. I'll keep bringing you all the updates you need. Now, let's talk about something important. The Falcons' search for a new defensive coordinator. The team is actively interviewing candidates, and two big names have stood out: Wink Martindale and Lou Anarumo. Martindale, who was with Michigan last season and previously worked as the Giants' defensive coordinator, has a proven track record, especially during his successful time with the Ravens. Meanwhile, Anarumo has helped the Bengals make it to back-to-back AFC championship games, earning praise for his smart adjustments and strong leadership. The Falcons also have to follow the NFL's rule requiring them to interview at least one minority candidate from outside the team before making their decision. This hire is critical, especially after the defense struggled last season. They ranked 23rd in yards allowed and 31st in sacks. Clearly, changes are needed, and the next defensive coordinator needs to be a game changer. Now, switching gears to free agency, Pro Football Focus has suggested an interesting move for the Falcons, signing Cowboys cornerback Jordan Lewis. With limited cap space after signing Kirk Cousins, the Falcons have to be smart. Lewis, a former third-round pick from Michigan, brings solid experience as a nickel corner. He's known for his tough tackling and reliability, which could be just what the team needs. When it comes to the secondary, Jordan Lewis's versatility is a big plus. His ability to play multiple roles makes him a smart and budget-friendly option to replace D'Alfred, who's heading to free agency in March. But the Falcons' tough decisions don't stop there. Key players like Mike Hughes, Lorenzo Carter, and Justin Simmons are also set to hit free agency, meaning the defensive roster could look completely different in 2025. To tackle this, GM Terry Fontenot has hinted at the possibility of trading back in the draft to gain more picks. With only 3 draft selections at the moment, the Falcons need to balance smart free agent signings with strategic moves in the draft to add both talent and depth to their defense. Now, back to the search for a new defensive coordinator. Alongside Wink Martindale and Lou Anarumo, a few other notable names have been linked to the Falcons. Steve Wilks, fresh off helping the 49ers reach the Super Bowl, Wilks is a strong candidate. He knows the NFC South well from his time as the Panthers head coach and brings a wealth of experience. Robert Saleh. Currently with the Jets, Saleh is another intriguing option. While he's rumored to be tied to San Francisco, Atlanta could offer him a fresh opportunity to rebuild a young defense. Rex Ryan. Although he's been out of coaching and working as an analyst, Ryan's defensive expertise and fiery personality could bring the energy this unit desperately needs. Dennis Allen. The former Saints head coach is another potential choice. While his head coaching record is mixed, Allen has proven himself as a highly effective defensive coordinator, especially with the talent he's developed in New Orleans. So, Falcons fans, the big question remains: who do you want leading the defense next season? Should the Falcons pick a seasoned veteran like Wilks, or take a chance on a younger coach with potential? And what about Jordan Lewis? Do you think he's the right fit for this secondary? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from you. Let's dive into some exciting Falcons news from the wide receiver room. Last season, the Falcons came incredibly close to making franchise history. Drake London and Darnell Mooney lit up the field, nearly becoming the first Falcons wide receiver duo to surpass 1,000 yards each in a single season since 2012, when Roddy White and Julio Jones were unstoppable. London had a stellar season, racking up 1,271 yards, while Mooney wasn't far behind with 992 yards. Unfortunately, Mooney missed the season finale due to a shoulder injury, leaving him just shy of the milestone. Still, their impact on the field was undeniable. Offensive coordinator Zach Robinson had high praise for the dynamic duo. He commended their complementary skills, sharp football IQ, and relentless competitive spirit. Robinson called them a joy to coach, noting how their energy and passion elevate the entire team. That's exactly the kind of firepower you want leading an offense. What makes their performance even more impressive is how they achieved these numbers while adjusting to two quarterbacks during the season. Kirk Cousins led the team through Week 15 before rookie Michael Penix Jr. took over for the final stretch. Despite the midseason transition, London set a career high, and Mooney delivered his second-best season, just missing the 1,000-yard mark he achieved with the Bears back in 2021. Even Penix couldn't stop praising London and Mooney, calling them some of the best in the league. That's high praise from a young quarterback still finding his rhythm in the NFL. Looking ahead, the wide receiver room is shaping up to be exciting in 2025. Key players returning include London, Mooney, Ray McLeod III, Casey Washington, and Chris Blair. However, there are big decisions to make in free agency. One of the biggest question marks is Rondale Moore. Acquired in the Desmond Ridder trade with Arizona, Moore showed promise, but missed the entire 2024 season after a knee injury in training camp. Wide receivers coach Ike Hilliard remains optimistic, praising Moore as a downfield threat with great hands and impressive yards after catch ability. His injury was a setback, but the upside is still there if the Falcons decide to bring him back. Falcons fans, what are your thoughts? Should the team stick with this talented group or explore more options in free agency? And do you think Moore deserves another shot? Let me know in the comments. There's hope that Rondale Moore could make a big impact next season if he stays healthy. Falcons fans, what's your take? Should the team give Moore another shot to prove himself, or should they focus on the draft or free agency to strengthen the wide receiver depth? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Now, let's talk about Bijan Robinson. What a season this guy had. Robinson was an unstoppable force, racking up an incredible 1,456 rushing yards, ranking third in the entire NFL. He dominated on the ground, averaging 4.8 yards per carry across 304 attempts. And it wasn't just about the yards. He found the end zone 15 times, leading the team with 14 rushing touchdowns and 1 receiving touchdown. That's pure dominance. But let's not overlook Tyler Allgeier. He might not grab the same headlines, but his contributions were just as crucial. Allgeier added 644 rushing yards, more than any other backup running back who didn't start a single game this season. He's a grinder who keeps defenses on edge. Remember that insane Angry Runs nomination after his bulldozing 18-yard gain in Week 6? Classic Allgeier. Together, Robinson and Allgeier powered the Falcons to an impressive 2,132 rushing yards this season. That's the third consecutive year Atlanta has topped the 2,000-yard mark on the ground, an accomplishment that's happened only 18 times in franchise history. And here's the wild part. Robinson accounted for nearly 70% of that production in just his second season. Talk about a rising star. Looking ahead to 2025, the big question is, can Robinson sustain this workload? He logged a massive 365 touches this season, second only to Saquon Barkley in the entire league. And those comparisons to Barkley are spot on. Robinson finished fourth in the NFL in yards from scrimmage with 1,887, proving he can handle a heavy workload. But let's be real, those touches add up. Staying healthy for the long haul will be key to Robinson's career longevity. The good news? Falcons general manager Terry Fontenot is already planning for the future. He's made it clear the team will manage Robinson's workload smartly to keep him performing at his peak. Fontenot praised Robinson's work ethic and how well he takes care of his body, calling him a special player and an even better young man. So, what's next for this backfield? With more stability at quarterback next season, Robinson might not have to carry quite as much of the load, but if he does, he's more than proven he's up for the challenge. Falcons fans, what do you think? Can Robinson keep delivering at this elite level? Will Allgeier continue to be the perfect complement? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for all the latest Falcons updates. Rise up, go Falcons!